Good morning, everyone. All right, here we go. Now, whether you're watching this live with me or you're watching this at a later time, we're going to do just a very short version practice today. You can use this throughout your weekend, throughout your week, however you choose to use this. But I thank you for practicing with me. So we're going to start off in mountain pose. Just allow yourself to firmly plant those feet down. Allow yourself to lift your toes. Allow those baby toes to come down onto the mat and just slowly releasing all the way to the big toe. Lift the shoulders up and open the chest. Allow yourself to just simply stand proud. Allow yourself to kind of come into a power, not really a power stance, but a confident stance. Allow that confidence to shine out today in our practice. You can gently close the eyes if you choose. Allow yourself to just focus on the breath here for a few moments. Bringing that breath all the way down into our belly. And gently release that breath out, perhaps letting a soft sigh out. Again, nice deep breath, just allowing ourselves to bring our minds to our practice here. Whatever this might be when you're practicing, just allow yourself to bring yourself to your practice. Let go of maybe your to-do list for your day, or maybe what has happened in your day, depends on when you're watching this. Allow that breath to continue to come in and out, and just softly releasing when you need to. We're going to drop the left ear over onto our left shoulder and just slowly roll the chin down to the center of the chest, and allow the right ear to come over onto the right shoulder. Just nice and slow, waking the neck up, going back and forth, just taking your time. If it doesn't feel, if it's okay to roll the neck, maybe it's best for you just to simply hold in place on one of the sides and allow the stretch to happen. You can bring movement or stay still. Again, your practice, yogi's choice here. Good. Coming back to center when you're ready, back to mountain pose. Allow the arms to extend up, rising tall for tall mountain. We're going to drop those shoulders down, hinging from the hips, coming into forward fold. So we're dropping the chest onto the thighs, allowing the top body to release down, relax, easing into the back of the legs here in our forward fold. Now, if this is first thing in the morning for you, you may be nice and tight there. Just be mindful, be cautious. Allow yourself to breathe the breath in. If it's okay, we can straighten into those legs, but you know what? It's early. Let's just keep that bend in the knees. We're going to walk the fingers to the toes, walking our way up the shin toward the knees. Slowly coming back up. Just rounding into the spine here as we make our way back up to our mountain pose. Nice open chest. Good. Arms coming tall, tall mountain. We'll wake the body, do a few sun salutations. Exhaling down. Inhaling, half lift or airplane. Now we're straightening into those legs. Tabletop back, hands directly beside our hips, palms facing up. Let's open the chest, draw those shoulder blades in, lifting into our belly. Exhale back down, forward fold. Good. Stepping back strong into plank pose. You can make the choice. Would you like to come down for a modified version, or is full version where your pose is? Shifting forward, if in that full pose, dropping the chest down. We're going to keep those elbows beside the body as we release the chest down, slowly opening for cobra. Into child's pose, or you can take yourself into downward facing dog. We're pressing the fingers into the mat, allowing those heels to make their way towards the mat. It's okay if we're not flat to the mat just yet. With time in our practice, we're dropping the heart to the mat, coming forward, into plank pose. Again, modified version or full. We're going to drop the chest, elbows remaining beside the body, opening for cobra. Good. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Allow those heels to work their way. Really working, dropping the heart towards the earth, kind of chest towards the thigh. One more time, coming forward, plank pose, modified version or full. Again, remembering to shift forward if in that full plank. Chest releases down, chaturanga. Opening for cobra or sphinx. We're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. We're lifting through to the top of the head. Back to child's pose or downward facing dog. Allow yourself to find the breath here. Good. Stepping the left foot forward, we're going to drop that right, sorry, I have the wrong leg. Right foot forward, whichever foot, doesn't matter which foot's forward. Other knee is back. Now from here, we're going to place the right hand to the inner part of that right foot, or the front foot inside. Now inhale, draw that arm over top. So just stretching a little bit into the side body. Allow that breath to come in. Good, releasing out. And just position those hands. We'll bring ourselves back to child's pose or to downward facing dog. Good. Opposite foot comes to the front, dropping that back knee. Left, same side hand comes to the inside of that foot. And inhale, extending, opening, feeling that stretch down that side body, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Good, releasing out. We'll take ourselves into child's pose, just slowly dropping the hips onto our heels, extending the arms long. And just take ourselves into that child's pose. Connecting to the breath here, we're just slowly trying to bring the body into an awakened state. And we'll bring our right foot forward. Left knee is connected to the mat. This time we're going to place the opposite hand to that front foot and rotate open. Now the right hand will be extended up. You can also just bring that hand onto the hip. Now just checking that the neck is not flopping down. We want to keep it in line with the spine. So we're using the strength of the neck. And releasing down. Coming back to child's pose. Allow yourself to breathe. The opposite foot forward and opposite hand to the foot that is forward, rotating, opening. That left hand stacked above the left arm. If that's the way you're rotating, you may have gone the other way, and that's okay. Allow that breath to come up. You can even take your gaze towards that hand, but just be mindful of the neck. Now again, we're not letting that head flop. We're keeping it long with our spine. Releasing the hands down, curling that back toe, taking ourselves into downward facing dog. Coming forward here with me, full plank. Now, we're going to go into a side plank option here. Now, if you'd like the modified version, you're going to drop your right knee down onto the mat. If you're going to go with the full version, both legs are extended here. Right hand slightly shifts forward, and when you're ready, rolling over onto the side for side plank. Again, your right knee might be down for the modified version. You could also do this on a chair if you're not able to come down onto the mat with us. Good. Take those breaths. Coming back to regular plank, just shifting the hands. Allow yourself to come into that regular version plank pose. Allow the quads to activate, lifting strong into the belly. So just checking that the bum is not up and the hips are not sagging. We want a nice strong line from the heels all the way to the shoulder. Now going on to the other side, if you're doing the modified version, we'll bring that left knee down kind of like an anchor or like a tripod kind of, I guess. Shifting that left hand forward and we'll roll open to the left side. Now making the choice, full plank or side plank, that right arm, extending up, gaze can go towards that upper hand if the neck is okay to do so. Again, just be mindful, we're not lifting, we're lifting that head slightly. Good, coming back to plank. Feeling some heat here. All right, coming back to downward facing dog. Just allow yourself to connect. Allow the breath to come in, dropping the heart towards the mat. Ears are tucked between those arms and the heels working their way towards the floor. Take those breaths. Awesome. Coming forward onto hands and knees. Good. The next pose we're going to do is called hovering cat. Now we're going to fire up the abdominals here a little bit. Just giving yourself a little bit of a core workout this morning. We're pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, or you can curl the toes. Again, just however this pose might work for you. When you're ready, you're going to lift the knees, hovering above your mat, lifting the head slightly. So again, we don't want that neck dropping. We want to lift nice and strong. We're lifting into the belly. Nice deep breaths. Perhaps you might feel those arms begin to shake a little. Hold here for another breath if you're okay to. Good, releasing down. Let's give those shoulders a break, dropping the hands beside the feet into child's pose. Now making space for the breath here. You can wiggle side to side just to allow the chest and the belly to kind of drop between those legs. You can open the knees wider here as well if you need. Just keeping those big toes connected. Forehead perhaps down onto our floor. We're going to step our right foot forward, left foot back. Now, with our left foot extended back, we're going to press up nice and strong into lunge, so high lunge. Or you can extend those arms up for crescent lunge. Maybe even interlocking the fingers, extending the pointers up and long, reaching long, stretching all the way down the spine. Nice deep breaths filling into the chest. Good, releasing hands to heart. We're going to bring a rotation into here. We're going to drop the left elbow onto our right knee, twisting open. That back leg's extended, maybe. Let's try bending that back knee. So we're hovering, activating that core. Nice deep breath. Good, pressing that back leg nice and long. Coming back up, solid stance here. Hands to the chest. Good, hands releasing back down. We'll take ourselves into downward facing dog. Again, if we're using a chair here, we can still use our L-shaped down dog. Take that breath. Good, we'll step the left foot forward this time. And pressing up strong into that front foot. Hands can remain on our hips. So our chest is open, shoulder blades back, kind of into a power stance here again. Inhale, arms can come up nice and tall For crescent lunge, again, making the choice. Would you like to interlock those fingers, pointing nice and long, extending, reaching tall? Allow that breath to come in and release out. Releasing slowly, hands to heart. Taking that nice deep breath. When you're ready, rotating the right elbow over onto that left knee. Coming back to center, pressing up strong again into high lunge. So that front foot is anchored strong. We've got the body centered over top of the hips. Good. Bringing the hands to the mat and stepping forward into forward fold, releasing down. Inhaling, half lift or airplane. Again, nice tabletop back. We are drawing those shoulder blades in. Whoops, I'm out of the camera. Drawing those shoulder blades in, taking that breath, lifting into the belly. Exhale back down, forward fold. Big arms coming tall for tall mountain. Sweeping around, coming into chair pose. Now from our chair pose, it would be okay for us to shift the weight onto the right leg, drawing the left ankle, whoa, into standing pigeon. Now we want to keep that focus. Your hands can remain at the heart or extending those arms long. Whew, nice work. Hands releasing down, arms nice and tall. Exhale down, forward fold. Again, we're generously bending in the knees here if we need, but noticing the increase in flexibility in the back of the legs, maybe seeing if it's okay to straighten. We're dropping the thigh to the chest, or the chest to the thigh, sorry. Inhaling, half lift or airplane, nice tabletop back. We can always bring our hands down onto our knees, but we want to engage that upper back as well, lifting into the belly. Exhale back down. Inhale, arms coming up nice and tall, swooping into chair pose. Hands to heart or arms extended. We're tucking that tailbone, activating that core. Now we're going to shift over again onto the other side. So planting firmly that left foot. Bringing the hands to heart if you like. Right ankle coming over onto the left knee. Good. Hands can extend long too as well. Good. Releasing down. Inhale, arms coming up nice and tall. Good. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift or airplane. Exhale back down, forward fold, and coming back into plank pose, modified version or full. Now we're going to do a small little chaturanga push-up. So not lowering all the way down, just bending those elbows slightly and pressing up. Can you do 3 here with me? Keep those elbows tucked and press up. 1 more here if you can. Good, pressing up. Now nice and slow, we're gonna drop down. My head's cut off, sorry guys. Nice and slow, dropping the chest down, keeping those elbows tucked, hold above the mat. Nice deep breath, release down. Let's draw the elbows to where the hands were and pressing the fingers into the mat, extending through the top of our head. Nice deep breaths. Good, coming back. We'll take ourselves into child's pose. Now as we come in to that child's pose, just noticing how the body is feeling. Coming up into seated pose. Taking yourself, if you're on using a chair, you can sit in a chair. Now, just coming into cross-legged or however you would like your legs to be. We're gonna stretch in. You could also actually do cow face legs. Let's do that. Sorry, we're gonna tuck the left foot underneath that right thigh, drawing the right foot over top. Sitting nice and tall, nice and long. We're gonna reach the left hand back, so you can use a strap here if you like, if you're needing to. We're gonna take that left hand, bend at the elbow, then extend back with that left finger, the left fingertips going down between the shoulder blades, our right hand coming around and working our way towards those fingertips. Maybe you're able to interlock the fingertips. Now, if it's uncomfortable for the legs to be in cow face legs, you can just take yourself into a seated pose. Now, sometimes we have a tendency of just letting the head hang here. See if we can lift that head. Good, we did quite a few planks, so let's stretch into those triceps. We really want to be feeling the stretch in this area here. If you're not feeling that much, walking those fingers down the shoulder blades more, or this is where a strap would be really helpful, where you would have a strap between the hands, just gently, gently stretching down. Good, we'll just begin to slow that breath here as well. So releasing out, we'll exchange sides. You can tuck that right foot underneath the left hip and draw that left foot over top again. Coming into any seated pose is absolutely a-okay. We're gonna take our left hand, wrapping that around the back. You're likely gonna notice one hand goes way higher than the other. We'll bring that right hand forward, bending at the elbow, hinging at that shoulder, and working the fingertips, working towards the fingertips. Good, taking a nice deep breath. Feel that stretch in the tricep. Noticing one side is likely a little tighter than the other. Good. While we're in our seated pose, if your legs are interlocked like this, you could just bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee, lifting nice and tall and opening the chest towards the left side. Gaze directly to the left, or maybe even taking the gaze down the left shoulder. So the longer we extend up, the more we're able to bring that twist in. Chest opens and it just makes more space in the vertebrae. Coming back to center, we'll exchange sides. So again, you can interlace those legs if you like, or just come into a seated pose. We'll bring the left elbow to the outside of that right knee, lifting up nice and tall and opening the chest. And our gaze just slowly coming down the right shoulder. Good, we'll come back to center. I'll have you come down onto your back. Now, here you may need a strap, so if you have a strap or tie or belt, I should have warned you about this, sorry. If you don't have one right now, you can always come back for it. So we'll start off by laying flat on the back. We're gonna extend the left leg up. Now you can keep that right knee bent. If you're okay to lay it flat to the mat, see if that's okay. Now if you have a strap, you can place that along kind of the base of the ball of the foot here. I'm not going to use one just because I can't reach my foot, but if you have a strap. Now, one of the things that we want to do here is that we want to actually keep that knee in a locked position. This is one of the only poses that I'm going to say it's okay to lock your knee. Again, if you have that strap, it helps to keep the foot flexed. You could also kind of hold the knee here, but just prevent the bending. Okay, we want to have a nice, strong, straight leg. Now, would it be okay to open that left foot towards the floor beside you? Now, depending on how tight the inner thigh is, you might not be able to go too far. Depending on how open the hip is as well, you may only be able to go a little distance. For balance, you may want to extend that right arm out just to help. But see if you can keep your right hip down. So it wants to roll over. See if it's okay to keep that hip down. So nice big stretch here. Go taking that breath in. We're going to engage the core, drawing that leg back up. Now, if you have a strap here, you would exchange hands. You'd grab the strap with the right hand. Again, that knee is locked, so it's going to feel quite tight in the hamstrings here. Now, just inch by inch, coming over top of that right leg. Now, for myself, I can only go a couple inches over top. Like, I don't even think my foot goes past that right hip. Now, if you find your knees wanting to bend, you've likely gone too far. So you might be directly ahead, right above that hip, and that's okay. This is a stretch I like to call a screaming stretch. So it's a really, really strong stretch here in the hamstrings. Take that breath in. Good, releasing out. We'll exchange sides. So just nice and slow, we'll bend into that right leg, drawing the left leg up, and you can flatten the left leg down here. Of course, if you have lower back issues, I encourage you to keep that left leg bent. So placing the strap onto the ball of that right foot, and when you're ready, oops, I might have the chair a little too close to me, just slowly opening that right foot towards the floor on the right side. That left hip staying down on our mats. A nice deep breath comes in. Again, maybe gravity's helping you with this pose. Opening that hip. We'll engage the core, and we're going to use the core to bring that leg back up directly above the hip. Exchange hands on the strap, and then inch by inch, trying that right leg. So I feel my knee wanting to bend here already, so it means I've gone a little too far, so I'm just going to ease back an inch. Take some nice deep breaths, and then from there, see if it's okay. Now again, it feels a little tight, so I'm just going to come back a little. My hamstrings must be tight today. Allow that breath to come in. Again, it's a nice screaming stretch. Just be mindful, be careful, listen carefully to how the body's feeling. So we'll come back to center. And you can draw both legs up if you have that strap again, placing the strap on the ball of the foot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw the toes towards the floor above the head. So if the knees bend, we've gone too far. So again, just listening carefully. We want to lock those knees. Good. Slowly releasing out. You can place the strap beside you. And just allow yourself to get nice and comfortable on the floor, going into your corpse pose. We'll take a few minutes just to quiet down, quiet the mind. Taking some deep breaths in. Allow yourself to get nice and comfortable, softly closing the eyes. Bring that breath all the way down into the belly. And slowly release out. A nice deep breath again comes in. And slowly release out. Just relax the top of the head. Down into the neck and the shoulders and spine. relaxing into the belly, hips, legs become heavy, working down to the heels, all the way down to the tips of our toes. Bring a nice deep breath all the way down to our toes. Just release that breath. Now just allow yourself to be grateful for what you've been able to do to start your day. Allowing this practice to kind of take you into your day, setting your day up with purpose. Allowing yourself to get through the things that you need to get through and all the rest that doesn't get done, just knowing that it's okay that we don't maybe complete the full list of to-dos. Just allow yourself to feel that smile within for what you've done in your practice today. Allow that breath to flow in. Allow that breath to oxygenate the blood, to bring healing to the body and strength. Nice deep breaths. And as we go on through our day, just setting our intentions for the day here now. Having that sense of peace and calmness throughout your day, all day. And in times that maybe bring some extra stress or anxiety, just remember to take yourself to the breath. Give yourself 5 nice deep breaths to get through. Draw that breath in. Gently pause before the exhale. Exhaling completely. Pausing before the next inhale. Choose to remain here for a few moments if you like. Allow yourself to just simply get up when you're ready, taking your time.